Let me do the gram. Right, I'm live on the gram. Let me try Facebook. It seems I'm live on everything. Peace to Yahuwah. Peace to Yahuwah. How's everyone doing today? We're going to have an add-on to last 2 weeks' show. I wanted to bring up some things to y'all. Really get y'all to really understand what's going on with this government and y'all being melanated Aboriginal people. The Indians. Right? Here's the thing about it, y'all. We're going to have another workshop. We're going to have a workshop, and the workshop is going to be dealing with affidavits. Because everything that I tell y'all about y'all doing the affidavits wrong, and it's not an affidavit, y'all been doing acknowledgments, or y'all been doing what is called notarized. You've been getting things notarized, but it wasn't an affidavit. Majority of your shit don't work because y'all weren't doing affidavits and didn't know how. Well, we're going to have another workshop on that because y'all are still struggling. And y'all struggling with really believing that y'all know what y'all doing and y'all don't. And none of these gurus know what they're doing either with it. Just facts. But I'm going to let the laws show you in that workshop, show you what it is. Not just Jonah Bey teaching you. I'm going to give you the proof. Now, I wanted to bring up Library of Congress, Congressional records, House Joint Resolution, and the Articles of Confederation, because this is how it all went down when they were stealing your government from you. This is how it happened. What they call a revolutionary war was actually all these different nations fighting you, the Indians, the Aboriginal people, all at the same time attacking you and then taking your government. That's what was going on. King George was a Moor. He owned the 13 colonies. He owned that land. So you had King George fighting to keep control of the 13 colonies. We, the Aboriginal people, the Articles of Confederation with the Articles of the Iroquois Confederation, we showed them how to get from up under King George, which caused beef with King George and the rest of those people and everyone else. Everyone was after y'all, really gunning for y'all and y'all's territories and y'all's ownership of the land. But a lot of y'all was tricked out of not being Moors no more, coming out of Morocco and going into the United States. And we have Moors, Old Moors, installment part 2. I think it's going to be up on the Patreon today or tomorrow. It's a must see. It's a must see. So if you're not a part of my Patreon, go to patreon.com, search Jonah Bey. It's only like $20 a month. You know what I mean? $20 a month. It's a must that you get this history to know how you fit with this law and what your actual status is with this government and yourself, and all these things not applying that they have planned for the 14th Amendment citizens, right? So let me get it started a little something. I need to see that. I got so many things running at the same time. Hard for me to know which one I'm dealing with. All right. So what am I going to go to? It says incorporating, I'm at the Library of Congress website, right? And it says incorporating Western territories. Under the Treaty of Paris of 1783, notice this is all going around the same time. Late 1700, early 1800s, and then they took control in the 1900s, which ended the Revolutionary War. Britain relinquished to the United States a large tract of land west of the Appalachian Mountains, doubling the size of the new nation. How would this territory be incorporated into the United States? Congressional debates about the division of the government of the new territories resulted in precedents which were followed throughout the settlements of the West. Congress discussed slavery in the Western territories, right? In 1783, Congress formed a committee to prepare a plan for temporary government of the Western Territory. Thomas Jefferson, chairman of the committee, delivered a report in March 1784 proposing a division of the land into 10 territories and their eventual admission into the Union on equal footing with the original 13 states. In addition, Jefferson proposed the prohibition of slavery in any of the new states. Congress rejected Jefferson's ban on slavery, but in 1785, Rufus King attempted to restore it, offering a displayed resolution. Congress once again rejected the proposal by a slight margin. Slavery was officially barred from the new Western states. Do you know why they was barring slavery? In the 1700s, late 1700s, there was never slavery inside the United States. You were only allowed to really have slaves in the Almoroccan Empire. You don't believe me. I know you don't believe me. Jonah, what you talking about? We were slaves. You wasn't slaves. Not in United States of America, you wasn't. Because look at the Articles of Confederation. Y'all don't really know y'all's congressional records. Y'all just go off of what people tell y'all, which means that when they enacted, so-called, because it never was enacted, when they enacted the 14th Amendment, it's not real either, because you can't have slavery. But I'm going to show you Articles of Confederation, March 1st, 1781. To whom these presents shall come, we the undersigned delegates of the states affixed to our names send greeting. The Articles of Confederation and perpetual union between the states of New Hampshire, Massachusetts Bay, Rhode Island, and Providence Plantations, Connecticut, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. Those are the original 13 states, right? And they cannot ever break up. It says perpetual union. It could never break up ever since it started. Now, that's not the same for the rest of the states, but 13 original colonies can never break up. It's a trust, can't be broken. It's the trust corpus. It can never be broken. They must abide by the trust. Number one, The style of this confederacy shall be United States of America. See that? Y'all are still in that trust called the United States of America, right? But you ain't been using the trust indenture. This is the original trust indenture. This was created by the Aboriginal melanated people who made this trust, who set up the United States of America when you controlled the whole government of the United States. You created a government for them to govern themselves on your land. Your land that you gave them to use to do commerce under this trust. Okay? It says each state retains its sovereignty, freedom, and independence in every power, jurisdiction, and right is not by the Confederation expressly delegated to the United States and Congress assembled. So, who's greater than the United States? All the 13 colonies or 13 states, original states, is greater than United States government, corporation. Yeah. The said states hereby severely enter into a firm league of friendship with each other for their common defense, the security of their liberties, and the mutual and general welfare, binding themselves to assist each other against all force offered or attacks made upon them or any of them on account of religion, sovereignty, trade, or any other pretense whatever. 4. See, I'm really trying to get to the part of slavery. I'm a jump because I will run out of time on the things I want to cover. So let me read this part real quick. If any person guilty of a charge with treason, felony, or other high misdemeanor in any state shall flee from justice and be found in any of the United States, he shall, upon demand of the governor or executive power, full faith and credit shall be given to these states, to records, acts, and judicial proceedings to the courts and magistrates in every state. Now, right there is the full faith and credit from the beginning that they have to take to all the documents of every other state, right? Now, 4, I'm going to show y'all something. The better to secure and perpetuate mutual friendship and intercourse among the people of the different states of the Union, the free inhabitants of these states, paupers, vagabonds, fugitives from justice, accepted. So the only one that wasn't free was paupers, vagabonds, and fugitives. Everyone else was free inhabitants. See, so when they're talking about making a law against being homeless, it was already established from the beginning. No vagabonds. Vagabond is homeless. It's against the law. It's against the original Constitution, which y'all call the Articles of Confederation. All right. Shall be entitled to all privileges and immunities of free citizens in the several states. And the people of each state shall be free ingress and regress to and from any other state. That's the right to travel. If you look up regress and ingress and regress means to go to and fro. That means you don't need a goddamn passport or a license to travel. But y'all have never used this against them. And if you know how to do a proper affidavit, you can step to the Department of State and get a passport without doing the rigmarole that everyone else does to get a goddamn passport. And you don't need no driver's license if you use this to issue an injunction against them trying to impede on you traveling. All right, let me go on. And shall enjoy therein all the privileges of trade and commerce, subject to the same duties, imposition, and restrictions as inhabitants thereof, respectively, provided that such restrictions shall not extend as far as to prevent the removal of property imported into any state to any other state to which the owner is an inhabitant. Provided also that no imposition, duties, or restrictions shall be laid by any state in property of the United States or either of them. Now, that was a deep one. I don't know if y'all really caught what it was saying. Did you comprehend it? Number one, it said that they cannot put imports or duties on your trade and commerce. That means even if you have a business, you're not supposed to be taxed. Don't you know that's what that means? Look up the word imposition and duty, restriction. Google it. I dare you. Right? Then it goes on to say that they got to leave them laws alone. You don't need licenses to do business. You don't need to pay them taxes. Only reason why you paying taxes and all that, you are in their trust, or you acting like you're in their trust, called the 14th Amendment citizen. There's such thing as a United States trust citizen trust. I'm going to give you the law for that Wednesday. I'm going to show you the law of what I'm talking about. This is why you're paying taxes and all that, because you don't know who you are and where you are. So they cannot take your property, remove it to another state. Don't you know y'all niggas on child support, they're taking your money and giving it to other people in other states and all that? That goes against the Articles of Confederation, but you don't know it. So how are you going to enforce it? You don't know how to do a proper affidavit. How are you going to enforce it? Right? Now, let me look for the part that says no slavery. I'm supposed to know this by heart, man. I can't find it for some reason. It might be the Articles of Association I'm thinking of. I might have to look in that real quick. Now, they cannot have any titles of nobility. Let me tell y'all, a lot of y'all talk about the original 13th Amendment, right? Y'all can use the Article of Confederation to get your point across, that no one can use a lawyer or all of that. They're not allowed. Let me read it to you. Article 6. No state without the consent of the United States and Congress assembled shall send any embassy to or receive any embassy from or enter into any conference, agreement, alliance, or treaty with any king, prince, or state, nor shall any person holding any office of profit or trust under the United States or any of them accept any present, emolument, office, title of any kind, whatever, from any king, prince, or foreign state, nor shall United States and Congress assemble or any of them grant any title of nobility. Yes, lawyers is a title of nobility. It's not allowed here. It's not allowed here from the beginning. Y'all really don't know what these things say. But hold on, let me go into the Articles of Association. I know all this stuff so much that I don't really be realizing where I'm reading it. It's all in my mind as one thing. But clearly, it's different things. Articles of Association, 1774. This is where they told Britain they're not going to associate with them anymore. And they were making their own. Okay, yeah, it was Article 2. Articles of Association, October 20th, 1774. Right? And it says, number 1, that from and after the first day of December next, we will not import into British America from Great Britain or Ireland any goods, wares, or merchandise whatsoever, or from any other place, or any such goods, wares, or merchandise as shall have been exported from Great Britain or Ireland. Nor will we, after the day, import any East Indian tea from any part of the world, nor molasses, syrups, panels, coffee, pimento from British plantations or from the Dominican Republic, nor wines from Madeira or Western Islands, nor foreign indigo. Number 2, we neither import nor purchase any slave imported after the first day of December next, after which time we wholly discontinue the slave trade, and we will neither be concerned in it ourselves, nor will we hire our own vessels, nor sell any other commodities or manufactures to those who are concerned in it. There was never slavery in the United States of America. It was forbidden from the beginning of this document to the Confederations down to the what y'all call the United States Constitution. As I said, I show and prove what I mean. And this was all because y'all put it in place to protect yourselves, the Aboriginal black people, what y'all call black people, right? So nothing is what they say it is. They're never going to tell you the truth. You got to get into their actual congressional records and find out what's really going on. Now, a lot of y'all were tricked by the people that was supposed to have y'all's best interests. Like, if you go into Resolution 75, it tells you you're the owner of the lands too. Philadelphia, Resolution 75, 1933. But it's hidden. It's hidden in the history. And this is not a good document for you Moors to use. But Moors try to use it and don't really comprehend what it's saying. But here we go. Mr. Watkins, Mr. Speaker, I desire at this time to call up Resolution 75 Resolution was read by the clerk as follows. In the House of Representatives, April 17th, 1933, many sons and daughters of that proud and handsome race which inspired the architect of Northern Africa and carried into Spain the influence of its artistic temperaments have become citizens of this nation. In the city of Philadelphia, there exists a Moorish American society made up of Moors who have found here the end of their quest for home. It just said that they came back here and found their way home. And they called them a Moorish/American society. They were looking for their home and came back to their home, right? Let me go on. Like I said, if you go into my Patreon, look up the new upload, Moors, oh Moors, this is going to make more sense because it goes along with that workshop. And their children of those who journeyed here from the plains of Morocco. Now, it just told you that they came from Morocco. There was no other Morocco in the world besides Morocco and Indiana. The Morocco that y'all call the Moroccan Kingdom didn't start until 1955. Google it, it'll tell you that. They were talking about they came from Indiana and went over into one of the 13 colonies. Okay, let's go. And the other day, when I read George Washington's letter last week, Wednesday, I showed you it was the Sultan that gave his dominion to the 13 colonies. And George said it himself. Go back and listen to the last 2 weeks of my show, Monday and Wednesday, and it explains all of this thoroughly with their documents, their congressional records. But let me go on. This society has done much to bring about a thorough absorption by these people and those principles which are necessary to make them good American citizens. It just told you that the Moorish American society was set up to absorb the Moors and make them good American citizens. They took you from being a Moor into a United States citizen under the 14th Amendment. That's what this just said. Word for word. That's what I read to you. But it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Slow down. Let's slow down. Read it more. Really comprehend it. These Moorish-Americans have since being here missed the use of their titles and their name annexations that were so familiar at home, which are used in accordance with the doctrines of religious faith, to which they are adherents. Therefore, be it resolved that the House commends the Moorish American Society of Philadelphia for efficient service it has rendered the nation and bring about a speedy and thorough Americanization of these former Moors. They just said straight up, the Moorish American Society pulled the Moors in and annexed them to the United States, stopped them from being Moors and made them 14th Amendment citizens, and they gave them props for it. They said, we commend them for doing it, doing their job. And they was efficient at doing it, stealing your nationality as an Aboriginal and a landowner, right? And they said a speedy, thorough. That means they did it clearly. made them American, the Americanization, made them straight up a straw man. Of these former Moors, then they went on to say they are now former Moors. They used to be Moors. They're former Moors. They're not Moors ever since they've been Americanized under the 14th Amendment. This is why I was showing you Pitchfork Bill Tillman's congressional records and breaking that down for you. But people want to act like, nah, we making this shit up. The record shows it's the truth. But let me go on. And that in accordance with the fullest right of religious independence guaranteed every citizen, we recognize also the right of these people to use the name affixes El, Ali, or Bey, or any other prefix or suffix which they have hereforth been accustomed to use, which they may hereafter acquire the right to use. It just told you was only able to use El, Ali, and Bey for religious rights. It was not your title. See, when you were a Moor, you had El, Bey, Ali. It was titles of nobility. And it wasn't given by Congress. It wasn't given by the United States. It was given by the Moroccan Empire. But then they let you be a straw man of Moors. They let you, under religion, use Ali, El, Bey, Dey. Y'all are former Moors. All because you don't know the history and you don't know how to do affidavits and everything else. You don't know the laws and how it was created. But with that demonstration being done real quick, let me open up the call line. See what y'all got to say about this shit. Because this is all your Moorish science temples and all of that, especially if they've been incorporated and they're not trust. They're doing the job of making you Americans. They're doing Americanization. I didn't say it. The Congressional record said it. Let me open up the call lines, man. All right, I'm going to 843-800. Peace to Yahoo. Who is Jonah? That's you? I thought it was you. I thought that was your voice. I didn't catch it the first time I talked to you. Okay, right. Hmm. See, that's why you're supposed to pull down a copy of the actual record and say a true and correct copy and enter it as evidence or attachment to your affidavit. But go ahead, bro. Hmm. Or you could have used the federal constitution that says, okay, anything that existed before it is the supreme law of the land. That's two ways you can attack that. Supremacy clause, Articles of Confederation came before the very name United States of America came from the Articles of Confederation. They cannot, and then, as you said earlier, most of those constitutions say anything that comes that disagrees with it is void. Ab initio. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, they reach. Mhm. You got to rebut that. You got to rebut that by doing a proper affidavit, right? And showing the proof and ask them to swear to that. On see, a lot of people don't understand that the court lies to them and they lie to them all day, every day. And they never do that under sworn testimony for the record. Right. Oh, you could do a rule 60. You could do a rule 60. Don't even have to do the appeal. I would do a rule 60. And if that don't work, then I do appeal. So what you're saying, Jonah, is they're always going to try to play with your intelligence and see if you know what you're talking about for real. Right. They want you to fold or they want you to do a joinder. They want you to argue so they can get you off the point and you're in their jurisdiction. Yes. Yes. Good add on, Jonah. Good add on, man. We appreciate that. Keep the studying up. You're going hard. Peace and Yahoo. Peace. Man, it was only one person with their hand up in live talk. Let me see what's going on YouTube. Go easy on your audience. A lot of cuss outs is abuse. Ignore trolls. LOL. Need to lose your dignity to prove. What are you talking about, idiot? Ammon. Ammon. Ain't no one was talking about no one. What are you talking about? Shut the fuck up. How about that? Go easy on your audience. You make me go in on you. I say whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want. Fuck you. Don't listen. How about that, B? Says, thanks for the injunctions. It's working out great in Ohio. It works everywhere great, my brother. It's enforcing the Constitution, like Noble Drew Ali said, enforce the Constitution. I never stopped writing. Love just sing body from he's fine, powerful muscle man. Okay, was she talking to someone else? I don't know. He said Indiana, Morocco. Yeah, Google it. Indiana, Morocco, Indiana. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. They changed the names, but you can still find that. Someone couldn't hear the caller. I don't know why. D Brown 1111. Appreciate you, D Brown. AK Rider 111. I appreciate the love. Let me see. That's pretty much. Y'all was pretty quiet tonight. Was it that I was reading too much? Y'all don't have much to say about it. I don't like when y'all get quiet. Not wise enough for litigation, my guy. Well, all you gotta do is go on jonahbey.com, get the webinar on affidavits. Once you know how to do an affidavit, you can litigate. Litigation is all about affidavits. Was Abraham Lincoln, Noble Drew Ali reincarnated? I think you got that backwards. Uh, Abraham Lincoln is older than Noble Drew Ali. Are you trying to say was Noble Drew Ali a reincarnation of Abraham Lincoln? Either way, no. Dope info. Appreciate you. Where can I find the steps to do a proper affidavit? You're going to go to jonahbey.com and get the affidavit webinar. Buy the affidavit webinar. It will teach you, it will be according to the actual laws on how to do an affidavit. Y'all have been doing what they call notarizing, or uh, I can't think of the other word right now, but y'all been notarized. That's not an affidavit. Affidavit got to be sworn in front of someone who can take the oath. It got to be sworn testimony. Well, with that being said, we at 7:58, 8 o'clock. I'm off. So that's our show for today. If y'all aren't a part of our private builds that we do every week, 2-3 times a week, send me an email to jonahbey@gmail.com to be part of the private build. jonahbey@gmail.com. Now, also, do not be asking me no damn questions in that email. I'm not answering. Only time I answer questions is online or consultation. I answer questions 5 days a week through these shows. So that's it. Peace to Yahoo. I'm out.